I've never seen it faster. Mission Creek was pretty angry.
Apparently it's never done this, but this year it did.
Relief residents of Walnut Grove Apartments certainly had a scare on Thursday. The rising waters of Mission Creek wiped out part of a retaining wall that protected the property. That prompted city officials to monitor the situation Thursday afternoon before declaring a state of emergency after an inspection by a hydrological engineer. The 30-unit rental property on Treswell Road was then issued with an evacuation alert.
When I looked across the creek, I realized it's not that high. So then I realized it was the retaining wall was sinking. So that's when I went into action, knocked on a few doors, got some people to move their bicycles that were chained to the fence that used to be over there, and called the landlord. And since then, it's just been nuts.
The retaining wall just started to lean, and this fence up along that split the two properties here was bent, and the bricks were cracked, and it was going. It was going to go.
Were you concerned?
Yes. Yes, we were scared.
At about 8 o'clock last night, we came down to take a look with our engineering consultant, and at that time determined that we were in trouble, that we had to immediately take action.
40 dump truck loads of rock or riprap were dumped into the creek Thursday night to stabilize the failing retaining wall. The 5 tons of rock secured the bank, but it wasn't an easy process. Crews had barely enough room to get the heavy equipment in here.
We had to build a road because we came in here and the equipment was starting to disappear. It was so unstable, the property. And of course, there's a big gas line under here. So the thing we did was we built the road first because we didn't want to have another catastrophe on our hands. And the staff were awesome. They just got her done.
When the initial portion of the retaining wall collapsed into Mission Creek, the big fear then was that the creek would get in behind the remaining retaining wall and not only flood out Walnut Grove, but also properties to the west of here.
What our concern was is the water was up. You can see where it's at. It was up a little bit higher. But we were more concerned because there was a big tree here that was starting to lean. And this whole area was going to erode. So if this tree would have went, all the water would have come in behind. And then we were going to get worried because it was going to get in behind this retaining wall. And then we thought we'd lose the retaining wall and then all the structures down through here.
The wall started to disintegrate. It was just really freaky to see. And I think that's when the emergency people said, we have to do something that's going to contain the creek and keep the creek off the rest of the wall.
We're okay, though. We're not going nowhere. We're good. They did a fine job. They saved us.
Everybody was amazing. And how they just moved in, it was bang. Everybody was just here, just like that. Within a couple of hours, and yeah, it shook all night.
The alert has since been rescinded, but the residents aren't out of the woods just yet. With rain in the forecast and significant snow still in the hills, the chance of Mission Creek rising further still exists. The other danger is the lake is full and can't drain fast enough.
There is predictions that we could be going up to 80 cubic meters per second in about Monday, but that's just a prediction at this point in time. It did go up to 90, I believe, earlier in the week, and so we'll be prepared. We're going to monitor throughout the weekend.
Is the creeks don't have anywhere to go, and so what happens is the creeks start to get wider. I mean, creeks don't back up, right? So there's a possibility that we will get that kind of pressure. And then the more snow melt, maybe some more rain. So no, it's going to be a few weeks yet.
For Calloway, who is more attuned to reporting the news than being in it, the experience gives him a good understanding of what the people he normally interviews are going through.
Gives me an entirely fresh perspective. Somebody actually asked me that question a little bit earlier, and I go, the next time I go out or either cover directly or report on, I think I'll look at it differently.